Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review for the Belle Collective Season 1, Episode something. I think Episode 4. And this one is called Bad Brunch. Oh God, they're going to be showing their ass at a brunch again. They just don't know. Okay. Alright, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's jump into the foo-la-la, shall we? Yes, let's. I already paused it. Warning, I am eating, so if you hear a lot of smacking and chips crunching, possibly some swallowing, just ignore me. So we start out with Tambra. She's having lunch with this one of her mentors, this older lady, and they have the conversation about whether having children and not having children, and did she regret not having children? And she said yes, she did regret it. She had to work through it, but that's the decision that she made in life, and Tambra's just trying to take into consideration as she is reaching the point of 40. She's hit 40, and what should be taking precedence in her life, and she's just been told, just pray and let the Lord lead you. He'll never steer you wrong. So Letitia meets with the city councilman, the city appraiser, and the contractor to go over what's pricing, what needs to be done, how to bring it up to the building up to code. First thing they tell her is that this building is historical. It's on the registry, so there are certain considerations with that. Also, the building is not for sale because it is a historical building. It's for lease. Now, once they want to she bring everything up to code and all that good stuff, then they will consider letting her if she's trying to preserve the building, then they will consider selling it to her. But they talk about all the work that needs to be done is $2 million worth of work. I don't know if she's going to get a loan for $2 million. I'm trying to figure out was she trying to introduce like a business conglomerate where everybody puts in money in the pot, and then, they start slowly buying back the block and opening businesses to where each person will have their own business on the block? Because I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work when the original business is supposed to be like a resource center, your brunch cafe, and upstairs a venue where you do your brunches. All of that revenue will be going into your pocket, or are you splitting it with the collective that's going to pay for the $2 million to bring the building up to code? Like, what is the buy-in and the recompense for this whole situation? I have so many questions. So, Marie has a counseling session with her son. I have a couple of thoughts. First, she played the recording. She said so as he didn't have to repeat what he said again. She just played the recording. I feel like she was trying to create a bias in the counselor to be on her side by playing that tape so he could hear exactly how the boy sounded when he said it, because it wouldn't have the same impact if he just said it again in front of the counselor. Two, I believe everything the counselor gave very good advice, and he broke it down in a way to where the young man would understand. I also feel like Derez was looking at his mama like, who the fuck did you do with my real mama who never acts like this in real life, and stop putting on. That's what I read in his face. I could be wrong, but that's what I read in his face. But I'm glad that they are working on mending the relationship and him working on his anger, because one angry incident can destroy your whole life. What's the girl name? Antoinette and Letitia met at the Civil Rights Museum, and they went through and they saw all the things, and it's very heartbreaking and disheartening, and they have this conversation about being black, and all we ever did was be black, and all these things were done unto us, and how it's not fair. And they are absolutely correct. Letitia tells Antoinette that she's having a brunch and invites her. She says she has an announcement and she really wants her to be there. We saw Latrice for a minute. She was working at Goddess Lengths, and she says she has to concentrate on her business, so she will not be at the brunch to entertain any of the foolishness. Coming up on Belle Collective. So Tambra went on a date with her ex-boyfriend. They talked about why they didn't work out, how they got comfortable with each other. I couldn't have dated you for 16 years and we didn't get married. I don't understand how that happened. You ain't know in 16 years that you wanted to marry me? Like, that's not, what? But, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Her voice is annoying. Before we even get started, the fuck is wrong with Marie? You can't even say hi to that bitch without her giving you attitude. So we at the brunch. And so Antoinette shows up and she says, I'm here to attend the brunch. It shouldn't be no problems. Latrice is not coming to this particular brunch, so Marie shouldn't have anybody she to fight with. So everything should go smoothly. So Antoinette, who is being a decent human being and just a normal person, going around greeting people. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Blase bloom, blue to blue. She says hello to Essie. They hug. She's like, hi, it's so good to see you. It's nice to see you. Blah, blah, blah. She gets to Marie's stinking ass. Marie talk about oh, you hugging me today? You talking to me today? She's like, you and I have no beef. We have no beef. And the girl literally says to Antoinette, she's like, you and I have no beef. So, yes, I'm going to give you a hug. And she was like, she's like, that's how I feel. I said, why? She's like, why you treat me like we have beef? We don't have any beef. And she was like, that's how I feel you treated me. She ain't did shit to you. That girl ain't said nothing to you when you tried to confront Latrice. So, what the fuck is your issue, bitch? Just because you know I rock with Latrice, then that automatically means we got... No, ma'am. That's not how grown folks... You know what? She trying to dip. I can't. Before we even get into Kaylin showing up. Also, Marie stinking ass gonna talk about she looked like she coming to going to a funeral with her black hat on. Latrice is wearing a black fascinator. Essie has on a black fascinator. So they all look like they're going to funerals too? Is that what you're trying to say? What are you trying to say, Marie? Get on my damn nerves. And so Kaylin, I already see it's going to be a problem with Marie again, because Kaylin just walked in the fucking door. All she said is, hey, how you doing, everybody? And then she greets Letitia, and she's like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. You got to tell me where you got that dress from. Blah. She's being perfectly lovely as of right now. And Maria and Essie are giving her the side eye. Yeah, this is going to be some foolishness. And I feel like Marie is at the bottom of the foolishness already. Before we go back to commercial break. So they go to do the affirmations. And Kaylin and the councilman are paired up. You're supposed to pair up with somebody. So Kaylin and the councilman. So she asked him what his name is, and he says Nikitha. I don't know. It's a difficult name. And she was like, huh? Can you repeat it for me? Because I'm like that, because I do not want to screw up your name. And so he repeated it, and she repeated it back to him to make sure she had it right. So the first affirmation is, I am a strong, beautiful black woman. So Kaylin and the councilman both freeze because neither one of us are that. If the councilman had just said, I'm a strong black man, and she said, I'm a strong, beautiful white woman, then it would have been fine. You could have just changed it to denote yourself. Before we get to the strong topics. I just want to say for the record, let the record reflect, Miss Tambra, that purpley pink lipstick that you keep wearing is not the correct answer. It washes you out. No, ma'am. No ham, no turkey. Do a peachy, pinky nude. Do a more caramel color nude. But that pinky purple lip, no, ma'am. In Mississippi, So they're talking about their experiences with racism and how literally the tone of your skin can determine how overt the racism has been. To some white people, you have to be like dark as a boot in order for them to treat you funny or funky. To some people, you can be literally as light as Tambra, and that's enough for you to be an ain't shit porch monkey nigga bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on who you've encountered and the tone of your skin can determine the level of racism that you have faced in this country. Ugh. See, that makes you angry and want to fight. Pause. We've been talking. So, Antoinette speaks to the colorism, and just because for some people the tone of your skin will dictate for some people in some situations, because they have darker skin tone, they have received more racism. However, because I feel like me and Antoinette are similar in skin tone, if someone with our skin tone walks into a room full of white people, we might as well be black as a boot to those white people. So depending on where you are and how many people of color are there, then there may be you are a singular black person of color. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is in a sea of white folks, you will get the full brunt of the racism. And now because I've heard some things about what's getting ready to happen, I am just going to say now, Miss Kaylon, I need you to recognize the place of privilege that you are in currently. And I'm not speaking as in white privilege that's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about the privilege of being an ally and trusted to sit in on our kitchen table talk. We do not allow very many people outside of us we don't allow people outside of our kinfolk, our skin folk, to be privy to our pain, our trauma, our trials. We don't, and that's part and parcel of some of the issues with the racial divide, is because we don't allow y'all in to see the ugliness of it, because someone who looks like you is the cause of all of the ugliness of it, and we don't know that we can trust you with our pain and trauma that was caused by someone who looks like you. So I need her to hold on to her white fragility, her white feelings, and her white tears. Sit there, listen, absorb, so you can take it back to your people. Because this is a privilege that is not allowed to me. See, I spoke too soon. Clearly, I spoke too soon. So, pause. So, she runs out and she's crying, and her white women tears. Oh, the white women tears is the most violent thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. So, she is so fragile in her whiteness, she can't handle what is being said. So she runs out. She's like, white people don't talk about us like y'all like this. You're correct. Y'all don't talk about us like this because we don't do this to y'all. You're absolutely right. You white people don't sit around and talk about what the black people are doing to you and how we are holding y'all down and how y'all have to be twice as good to get half as far, because it's not true, beloved. That's nothing to cry about. I just need you to recognize your privilege, beloved. And now you out there crying and they placating and falling into this white woman tear crap. The weaponization of white women's tears is so, oh my God, it's overwhelming. It's gaslighty. It's kind of disgusting, is what it is. And you should quite frankly be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of yourself, young lady.
So that she understands the
fact that they had to baby talk and prop this white woman up to come back into this room. Because white people aren't like that. Yes, they are, darling. That's what we're saying to you. Open your eyes and realize what's being said to you. Just because you may not have done it doesn't mean that it's not being done. That's what I need you to understand. Jesus Christ on the cross. And this baby has said that she's had conversations like this with you before. So why are you acting dumbfounded like you don't understand what the fuck is, you know what?
Great-grandfather.
Did this whole say the media portrays white people like we don't like black people? You mean in the unjust attacks, the consistently calling the police on us, the police shooting and killing us for no reason, attacking us, thinking we stole your phone and we didn't, sleeping in the common room of our dorm areas, being in our homes, minding our fucking business, and you came to the wrong door, and so you shot and killed us in our houses. I mean, what you talking about, boo?
Center of attention. You don't know.
So once again, Marie can't just let it be. She has to barge in and interrupt what could be a healing and come to Jesus and understanding moment. I don't think it's really going to happen because I think this white woman is dense. But her rude ass says, shut up about your feelings and what the fuck you talking about. Let's get back to Letitia and her announcement. Now, while I'm sure several other women felt that way, you could have said this. You could have done a better segue. You could have waited until she finished her sentence and then said, well, we all want to come together and heal as a country and as a nation and come together as one. And in that vein, Letitia has an announcement that she would like to make. But tact isn't your language. And while your scissor sister is standing over this white woman all in her face, I do not understand. You not even on the daughter. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, pause. So this is what we're talking about, Miss White Lady. Because you then tells this black woman, you're a nobody. I don't know why you're speaking. I'm sorry, but then white people don't all feel like that. We don't hate y'all. You just told this black woman she a nobody. Daughter. No, ma'am, this is not the right answer. It's not. It's absolutely. Now, while Marie was wrong and has no tact, and she should have found a better way to segue into Letitia's announcement, Miss White Lady, no ma'am. Because if you'd have called me a nobody, I, quite like Marie, I wouldn't have been talking to you from that side of the table. Or I'd have stepped real quick over to your side. You don't have to say it. You would have had to say that to my face. And your white woman tears wasn't going to save you on today, darling. Because you was finna get this 1-2 high y'all cow pow. And you bop, bop, bop right upside the top of your goddamn head. Who the fuck is you talking to? You was just crying 45 seconds ago. Oh, white people aren't like that. And then you go and act like what we just said y'all act like. The hypocrisy of it all. The caucasity of you trying to weaponize your white tears and then immediately go and say something nasty to this black. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I don't much like Marie because she do too much, but Miss White Woman, this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. That's the end. Hold on. So, Marie is talking all that yang from across the table. Kaylon seems like, even though that you or nobody comment was not it, she was inviting the ass whooping to her. That's what that said to me. When she said, well, come here then. Meaning she felt like she was about that shit. She was ready to talk that talk. She was ready for the consequences of whatever it is that she said. She was ready to get this high wow, cow wow, pow pow upside of her motherfucking esophagus. That's what it seemed like to me. But let's go into my final thoughts, because this is a lot. I would like to let the record reflect that my hair is in 2 long braids. However, when this argument broke out, I immediately put my hair into a bun. And you can see there's no makeup on my face, and my nails are not on. So I am for real with the shits. I don't even know these people, and I'm ready to bust a bitch in her mouth. Sometimes you can't invite your white friends to everything. This is my message for my hair done fell out. This is a message for Antoinette. Because I too have a white friend. She has been my friend for almost 30 years. There's some things that I'm just never that she's just not going to be a part of. Not that she's a terrible white person or I think she's racist or anything like that. It's Tisha. I know that Marie is your ride or die. Stop inviting her to these brunches because she's fucking up your business. You can't take everybody to the next level with you. She fucking up your shit. Stop inviting her. I think that's all I got for this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down in these comments. This episode was a lot. It was a lot. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a kin. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.